God damn it, Insomniac, how could you do us dirty like this? Man, of all the games that I never thought would lag this badly, Resistance 3 would have been the one. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this video is sort of going to be a half-ass review, a half-ass rant, and a half-ass commentary. So for those of you who are good at math, that's 3 half-asses. So that's like a full ass and a half. Because god damn it, some of this shit needs to be said about this motherfucking game. Now, before people go getting sand up in their vag, let me explain a few things. I love the Resistance series. I started with Resistance Fallen Man. It was my first online game. Hell, it was my first PlayStation 3 game. When PlayStation 3 came out, I bought my shit 6 months after release. And this was one of the games that I bought because they said the release game was so fucking awesome. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. I didn't know what the fuck it was. All I saw was like an alien skull with 4 eyeballs on the fucking cover. I said, fuck it, this looks pretty good. I'll buy this motherfucker. Look at this shit, man. I fucking hedgehogged the shit out of myself, and you see my little health bar on the bottom left there, man. So basically, I fucked myself over on this death right here. So this guy gonna shoot my ass. You know what? Fuck it, man. I did that shit to my damn self. I can't complain about that shit. But anyway, I love Resistance Fallen Man, first online game. Then Resistance 2 came out, and I was the king of co-op. And anybody that knows me will tell you, yes, this motherfucker played the shit out of co-op. Now, I know saying I'm the king of co-op, that and $1.50 will get me a cup of coffee in Manhattan. But fuck it, man. I was the best damn co-op player in the world in that motherfucker. I have the stats to prove that shit, too. And right there, I don't know what the fuck. How the hell did I do enough damage on this motherfucker? But you know what, man? Like I said, man, this fucking game lags. But anyway, getting back to Resistance 3. I didn't have great expectations for this game because I didn't plan on playing this game online. Online Resistance has quite a number of problems, and I'll explain that when I do my little review and shit like that. But there are a lot of things in this game I was not expecting, and it becomes such a disappointment when you compare it to some of the prior games. Now, I love Resistance for a couple reasons. One, the campaign is great. I love co-op in Resistance 2. And then online usually comes through, but this game does not come through at all. So we're going to do a little bit of review, rant, and commentary on all this bullshit that I was mentioning. Now, when it comes to the campaign, look at this shit, man. Fucking noob tubes don't fucking kill anybody in this goddamn game. Can you believe that shit? Look at me. I'll spray like a fucking blind man in an orgy, and finally, this guy's gonna fucking donkey punch me in my fucking head and kill me, man. Come on, man. How the fuck did a noob tube not kill that son of a bitch? Anyway, man. We gonna get into the campaign of this motherfucker. Now, the campaign of Resistance Fallen Man set it all off. You know, the Chimera virus. Look at this fucking spawn. Look at this fucking spawn, man. Fucking bull. Yeah, you see my score? I was debating about rage quitting right there. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, get into the storyline. The campaign sets it off in Resistance Fallen Man. Chimera invades. They land in Russia during the Tunguska event. Y'all can go Wikipedia, Google that shit so you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And basically, the virus spreads across Russia, then into Europe, and then into England. So that's where the first game takes off. You take over as Nathan Hale fighting the Chimera in England. Yay! You get that shit. Then the Resistance 2 campaign sort of picks up where it leaves off. Not really. It starts in the US. But man, they made that shit sort of like Call of Duty in that motherfucker. So then the campaign kind of takes all these twists and turns and whatnot. Whatever. Resistance 3 comes in with their campaign, realizing they fucked up in Resistance 2. So they kind of ignored that whole shit with the exception of a few things that they absolutely couldn't ignore. So they do their storyline. They almost ignored everything. You know the way you had to complete some of the loose ends? You had to find the intel in the Resistance 3. It's like, come on, man. How you gonna do that shit to us? Just tell us the fucking story in the goddamn game. Don't make me go buy fucking or find intel and read that shit to find out what the fuck happened. Come on, man. Give us a full fucking story. So they didn't do that shit in the campaign, and that shit is quite frustrating. Now, the campaign itself is great to play. It's very fun to play. Actually, it feels like old Resistance. It feels like Resistance Fallen Man, not Resistance 2, because that shit was Call of Duty-ish. But they got back into the good shit that people wanted. So they did... Oh, my God. Look at this bullshit. So they got back into the shit that people wanted in the campaign. The problem is they ignored a lot of storyline elements. So for those who actually played the Resistance series and then you play the storyline, you're going to feel like, man, this was a great game to play, but what the fuck happened to the storyline? They just like ignored everything, man. So then we're going to get into co-op. Co-op is the most disappointing shit, because I'll tell you now, Resistance Fallen Man didn't have co-op, they had campaign co-ops. Basically, get a buddy together, you beat the whole campaign. Resistance 2 had a standalone co-op mode, and I love that shit. Everybody will tell you, man, I was the king of co-op, like I said. I was 10th in the world in kills. That's right, bitch, 10th in the fucking world. That shit don't mean nothing, so I don't really give a shit. But I used to love and play that shit all the time, because I didn't want to play World at War. I was like, fuck all that shit, man. I couldn't stand World at War. I was like, man, get rid of this fucking game. So I didn't play World at War. I played this for a whole goddamn year. Now you get to Resistance 3, and there's no standalone co-op mode. It's like, come on, man. How you gonna do me dirty like that? That was the best fucking game mode of Resistance 2, and you're gonna take that shit away? Fucking assholes, man. Right here, I go on my little streak. Now, you're gonna notice they have kill streaks in this game, and I'm gonna get my kill streak soon in this motherfucker. We'll get into that when you actually see the shits. But man, when they took away the standalone co-op mode, that shit pissed me off. Now, in Resistance 2, the standalone co-op actually fit the story. They threw that shit in because they said, you know, the military is fighting some battles that you don't see in the campaign. So that was the co-op mode. Here, it doesn't really fit. There's no more fighting. Basically, it's just survival against the Chimera. They fucking won. That's it. They won the fucking battle. So now they're just killing humans and shit like that. Hey, remember that fucking sniper that donkey punched me before? Payback's a bitch, motherfucker. That's right, motherfucker. Now I got my goddamn 3 kill streak and I get a goddamn shield. And like I said, in this game, you get kill streaks. I think it's 369 if I'm not mistaken. You get a shield, which I just put up there after 3 kills. You get an auger at 6 kills, and at 9, I don't know what the fuck you get at 9 kills because I didn't get it. It was some kind of super armor or some shit like that. Whatever. I don't really give a shit. But anyway, getting back into this shit, this has no co-op. No co-op whatsoever. It fits that it doesn't fit the story, but man, it's so fucking disappointing that they have that shit. Now, we get into the online. Resistance Fallen Man Online was simple. It came out the year before Call of Duty 4, so there wasn't the whole, you know, Call of Duty 4 genre and Mania and all that other shit. They just said, here's a gun, here's your enemy, go shoot the motherfucker. There was no camping, there was nothing. Now, I was terrible at that shit. I ain't gonna lie. That was my first online game, so when I played that shit, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like, man, do I shoot this guy? Do I shoot that guy? I didn't know how the fuck it was. I couldn't even shoot for shit. I couldn't aim, I couldn't do nothing. I think my kill death ratio was like 0.32. I ain't gonna lie. I sucked badly, but it was fun. I had fun in that motherfucker. So then the next year, Call of Duty 4 came out. As we all know, when Call of Duty comes out, man, that shit was just fucking everybody up, man. So Call of Duty 4 came out, and that fucked me all up because it changed my whole style. I gotta go for kill streaks and all this other shit. Yeah, that completely changed how you play that motherfucker. So Resistance Fallen Man style went right out the window. It became Call of Duty style. Now, when Resistance 2 came out, they saw the popularity of Call of Duty 4. They saw how popular that shit was, so naturally they took almost all the elements from Call of Duty 4 and they threw that shit in. They changed how the game plays, they changed how many guns you're supposed to hold, they changed the layout of the controls. I mean, they did everything in this shit. They did everything up in this motherfucker. And right here, you're gonna see me fuck up. I get my auger, but you see my health. I have one little nugget of health, and instead of just fucking riding it out, I wait till I pull it in too early and look at this shit, man. I get fucking shot in my ass. Well, whatever, man. What you gonna do? So anyway, when it came to online, Resistance 2 had 60 player online. 60. No lag. Nothing. Not one iota of lag with 60 fucking people in the room. That shit was fucking amazing. Now, the game was one giant clusterfuck of badness. I'll tell you that shit right now. That shit was fucking atrocious. You try playing that shit, and all of a sudden, you getting shot from all fucking directions. You didn't know what the fuck was going on. So if you try playing that shit, it was absolutely horrible to play, but there was no lag. So if you enjoyed playing that hot fuck of a mess, you didn't lag in that motherfucker. Now you get to Resistance 3, and this shit is pure lag. Now watch, what the fuck killed me right here? I was shooting this guy like 10 fucking times in his goddamn chest, and somehow I fucking die. Oh man, this fucking game with this goddamn lag. Now this game lags like a motherfucker, and I think I have a theory on this shit. Now Insomniac games used to be owned by Sony, used to be an exclusive Sony game maker. For whatever reason, they decided they were going to go multi-platform, which is great for them. You know, you want to go multi-platform. You want to be able to put games on Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Sony didn't like that. So I have a feeling Sony pulled a lot of their full support on this motherfucker. So the servers are probably not even dedicated servers anymore. Probably the fucking peer host or whatever the shit. Now you're going to watch this shit, man. You see where this guy sniped me from? For the rest of the match, I tried spending my time figuring out how the fuck did he get in there? And then the next match, the one after this, I think I spent a good 8 minutes trying to get into that goddamn room because I had no idea how to get in there. You're going to see me go over there. I have no fucking clue how the hell to get in that room, but you'll see that shit when I get there. But like I was saying, man, when Insomniac decided they were going to go multi-platform, they were going to do games for Xbox and PlayStation, Sony said, man, fuck you guys. And they pulled all the support, which is really fucked up. I mean, that's really fucked up on Sony's part. So in the end, this game lags like crazy. I mean, you get these lag spikes, man, where you're just shooting a motherfucker and they just do not die. But nothing. Nothing. You can't kill a motherfucker in this goddamn game, man. And then the whole shit is with the kill streaks. Man, they added a whole level of camping like this asshole up here. Camping his fucking ass off. I don't know why the fuck that shit didn't kill him right there. That shit pissed me off something fierce. But man, they added this fucking kill streaks which made this game lag. So basically, they turned this shit into another fucking Call of Duty game. So in the end, when you look at the whole campaign, the fact that you had to get intel to complete the storyline, you look at no standalone co-op, which was my favorite mode, and then a laggy online player, man, it's just a disappointing game. It really is. I hate to say it because I wanted the Resistance series to continue, but it really is a disappointing game. Now, for those of you who want to just go out and buy the game and play a standalone game, it's a great game. But if you were to play Fallen Man and Resistance 2 and then play this shit, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about, why it was such a disappointment when it came to storyline and why it was a disappointment when it came to online, man. It really is bad, so I can't say it any other way. I wish this game was better. I really wish it was. Now, I wasn't going to play it online because I remember how bad online was in the prior games. I bought it for the campaign, and I knew there was going to be no co-op ahead of time. But man, just playing this shit, just realized it's just how bad this game really got. It's disappointing. It really is. There's no other way to say it. It's fucking disappointing. But anyway, this game's coming to an end. You can see there's no point limits in these fucking games. It's basically a time limit. You play 10 minutes of team deathmatch. So it doesn't matter if the other team got their ass kicked. You play this whole shit all the way through. So that's my final score, 12-8. That's how bad I was. 16 assists. Look at that shit. Look at my fucking score. That was like my best game that I played in this motherfucker. Sad, ain't it? So anyway, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. No more Resistance 3 games, but I'll see you guys in the next video.